interesting start to the read. A new reality, but will we shift? Now, I do see the cogs turning here. And particularly for some of us, it can be with both Venus direct and having Mercury gearing up shadow direct. This part of the puzzle is where we've had time to assess these dynamics. And spiritually, I do particularly feel divine feminine may have had those downloads, but there could be a pause on the reactivity to it. I definitely am seeing a very almost like this revelation. You don't want to go around in circles. This is the crowning energy, round and round. This is a 7. This does relate to me, 7th house, relationships. This directly, especially because we are going to be having Venus and Leo until October, I believe. Let me double check. I do firmly believe so. Let's have a look. So we have Venus direct as of the 4th. And I believe it's October the 4th it shifts. As the computer wakes up. I get this round and round. It's like, pretty much from July and, to this point, we've really had these circumstances where we're directly, so October the 9th beyond it moves out of that house and into Virgo. So this can be, a time frame between now and October where we directly are trying to get a very realistic, brand new footing back down in the area of love, how we see things, how we deal with things, seeing our patterns and our observations. But one thing I am really strongly seeing through this is that we've had a lot of thinking. Okay, this can be egoic thoughts, belief systems really revisited. Yes, there could have been the questioning mind. We had the nodes in Scorpio, South Node in Scorpio, had the eclipse. The nodes moved. And it has been a mishmash of frequencies and feelings. And especially with both Saturn and Neptune and Pisces, there can be these belief systems we're revisiting, where we directly don't believe in fate, okay? Really questioning that spirituality, because Virgo wants to know the realism of a circumstance, show me the evidence. And I always utilize, the X-Files as an analogy, an example point, because we had Mulder and Scully, and one was the scientist and one was the realist, and, one was psychic. So fate in reverse here, it's almost like you can feel quite cursed at the moment. You may be feeling, hey, maybe this isn't a twin flame path. You're moving through those emotions. You're into the sea. Chaos and conflict. We're looking at chaos and conflict here. This can be to do with the path. It can be to do with your twin, the sacrifices that you've made, really questioning whether this is going to go a good way. And not wanting to bring drama to your situation. Something is transforming, but maybe some of the skin it's showing, it's not looking too attractive. You also could feel that some of that power is outside of you. And yes, that can very well be true. But on the opposite side of it, especially if we do, move back into the fate section where the heart chakra is, theoretically, being twins means we are at all times moving through similar circumstances. So as above, as below, your twin also will go through those conundrums and belief systems. The tools that we don't have, especially if we're synchronistically seeing the 111, it's ask and you shall receive. You've activated and realized what the circumstances. Maybe some of these solutions are out of your hand. Maybe the tools aren't there at hand. And it's asking your guides to provide you with these. Yes, some of you could feel quite cursed in this circumstance. And again, these can be situations that are happening in your own personal lives as well, Divine Feminine, not just within your twin flame path. I also do feel very firmly, many of you are thinking, look, this has been a very long path. So when are we going to get from point A to point Z? Especially if the direct work spiritually in the ascension process has been quite tedious. I feel there's a bit of a kind of flop here emotionally. There also can be people around you that are directly complaining, and it's really grating on your nerves because you're trying to be that, you're trying to be that optimistic person. I do think this thinking and reflecting back as who you used to be, these also can simply be thoughts that you've had of how far you have come, and what that pattern was in the past, and who this new vibration you're now choosing to be over the old vibration of who you were. Some restraints and circumstances, either on your side of the fence or your twins, could have come up. That could have been to do with family. Also, could be surrounding a child or children. I also feel you need this sense of togetherness, but you definitely want balance. And I do feel you're addressing the elephant in the room. I do see between now and Christmas, and I call Christmas not so much from a religious point of view, but a time frame I'm spiritually seeing. The end of the year, i.e., I do feel you want to be in a very different place than where you currently are right now. Some of you are wondering whether your twin is thinking about you. This has been kind of up in the air, and you also, you're hopeful and that things will change overnight. But again, you're still trying to be very realistic in the notion. For some of you, there is a possibility, depending on where you are in your journey, where the chaser becomes the runner. Sometimes we very temporarily can slip into that vibration. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's go into clarifying. Okay, what is stopping here for Divine Feminine? Is it a pattern? Is it a circumstance? What is the situation of around and round? Apart from the fact we are tuning into the twin flame path. What else do we need to know? Oh, that was quick. Yeah, it is to do with the transformation inside the path. Is it actually cycling? Is there actually a transformation? This is the question in your mind. Can it? Is it? Will it? Okay, what are these thoughts about the past for Divine Feminine? Apart from, well, what we've already delved into. This has been going on since June, July. I feel it's about the movement and the growth. Yeah, a lot of heart chakra healing here. Some of you also wondering if they're having the same personal experiences, if they can heal, if they're able to, meet you halfway. It's really funny. There are times in the path you can think that this connection is constantly under attack. Free your mind of that energy. It's a cycle as per se. It isn't that it remains that way forever. It doesn't, and nor should it. Okay, I do see Divine Masculine transforming. They're showing up in Divine Feminine's read. But Divine Feminine is open to that and open to having a very deep connection. They're aware of that deep connection, but they definitely are desiring Divine Masculine to be more open with them as well as more consistent. Okay, I do feel there can be some news coming through that a karmic third-party situation has ended. This can make Divine Feminine quite... I can't say surprised. Just really sitting with it, really. Yeah, it could be surprised, but at the same time, it's almost inevitable. They're actually making reference to writing down all the things that have been hindering you and to burn it and to cast it to the wind. Okay, what is this chaos and conflict? Some of you can hear this through the grapevine. Others of you could be dealing with this regardless on your own. This also can be in relationship to the connection and a direct transformation. There is going to be a happy outcome. Some of you, it's saying, to really take off your hat. The last few months have been pretty hard and you're just wanting to really chillax. Some of you don't have to necessarily have that cliche connection. And I don't mean the twin flame path. I just mean, it could be the white picket fence, the babies, that, you may not need all of those things. You may be more open-minded and your view may be branching out further. I do strongly feel there is something hit and miss with masculine. Some of you could be aware of this. Some of you have been considering severing ties. Some of you can hear some news and you may feel, gosh, okay, what now? How do I directly deal with this? I do feel there's communication coming in, but some may not wish to answer. This also can be through your twin. Okay, I feel this is going to go deep into what's really been working and the work that you're willing to do, but really talking about the elephant in the room. I do feel there's going to be a truce. I do feel they're going to see your perspective. There were things that they just didn't know about. Some of them can be without a home or be thinking about how to do this transition with you. I definitely feel whatever's coming in, it's almost like if you ask, you shall receive. Let's see whether you will jump in the deep end for that physical shift and whatever that is going to mean for you. If you do want this content ahead of the crowd, you can get it through our YouTube membership. Otherwise, if you do want to see the Masculine, Feminine and Karmic Weekly, subscribe. And separately, we have the Joint Connection. Come join us for our lives.